Hello and welcome to Western Carolina Television. I'm Chandler Marlowe.
And I'm Alexia Peoples, and here's your news for the month of February.
Now, on Valentine's Day, love was in the air here at Western with the Lonely Hearts speed dating event hosted by Last Minute Productions. Participants had the opportunity to talk with several other people, each for a few minutes over the span of a 1-hour session. But it just wasn't about speed dating either. Those who participated also had the option to simply find a friend instead of a date. We also had our own field reporter, Azalee Stansel, cover the event. Here's her story.
This Valentine's Day, Western Carolina University students got a unique experience to meet new people with a speed dating event held by Last Minute Productions. Now you may be wondering, why would you hold an event on Valentine's Day? Maddie Wrights, Special Events Coordinator, said the date was already pre-chosen.
So I'm like, okay, what should we do here? And we were tossing around ideas. I'm like, it's on Valentine's Day. How many people are actually going to come to an event? And then we decided to make it related to Valentine's Day and decided speed dating would be a good way for people to meet others.
The event was held in the Grand Room, and it looked even grander with 5 tables lining its space, allowing romance and friendships to grow. Those attending had 1 minute to get to know their partners before they had to move on. Attendees also had pens that told their names, pronouns, and what they were looking for. There were also cards on the tables to help stimulate conversations. Senior Christopher James traveled from table to tables to meet new people. His favorite part were the cards.
Favorite part was being able to really ask those little quick fire questions, being able to get interesting little responses from that.
The event was a success for many of those attending. After the event, many went to dinner with those they met, forming new relationships.
The Bardo Art Center will be hosting Carrie Mae Williams, the Usual Suspect exhibit, on February 21st to the 27th. Carrie is an American artist whose work investigates relationships, cultural identity, sexism, class, systems, and power. The exhibit will include recent photos and videos questioning stereotypes of black bodies with criminality. A good time to come and learn about the historical culture would be now.
Now back to our field reporter Azalee Stansel. This time she attended an event for Out of the Darkness. Let's listen to the story.
Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States. It is the 12th leading cause of death in North Carolina. This may seem irrelevant to you as college students, but in reality, people from the ages of 15 to 24, 12.8% of them die from suicide. Colleges don't like to share facts about suicide on their campuses, so there are not a whole lot of options for students to get help. Thankfully, Western Carolina University does. Out of the Darkness is a student organization on campus that wants to help raise awareness about suicide prevention and mental health in students. Vice President of Out of the Darkness, Lindsay Conway, said that suicide and mental health are prevalent on college campuses.
And so I think it's really important that college students know that they're not alone and that there is someone there who wants to see them succeed.
Out of the Darkness has pamphlets for contacting CAPS, the Counseling and Psychological Services with WCU. They also have pamphlets for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention if students want outside campus help. If you want to help raise awareness about suicide prevention but not join the Out of the Darkness, they will be having a campus walk on March 27th. Head of Marketing for Out of the Darkness, Aaron Ray, has this to say about the campus walk.
And it is basically just a day of awareness where we get volunteers and we walk through campus to, sort of just spread the message that people aren't alone and there are people to come to, people to talk to, and people who want to help with other people that are going through their struggles.
If you want to sign up, go to their Engage page for more information. This has been Azalee Stansel with WCTV. Have a great day, Catamounts.
Now, if you're into rock climbing, then this is the event for you. On March 2nd, the Parks and Recreation Management Club will be hosting a climbing night from 8 to 10 p.m. at WCU's own CRW Rock Wall. Don't worry if you don't have your own equipment, because gear will be provided. And even if you're new to climbing and want a first-hand experience of the thrill, people will be readily available to help you learn some techniques. Now, speaking of our rock climbing wall, field reporter Nick Childs went to a rock climbing competition that brought people from all over. Here's a story.
Campus Recreation and Wellness hosted a bouldering competition February 7th through 10th. As part of the competition, which was not affiliated with USA Climbing this year, the bouldering holds were stripped and completely redone, allowing for new problems for climbers. The competition was judged on flash style, which is how many tries it took competitors to complete a certain problem on the wall. In the men's division, first place was Miles Caston, second was Mason Shaw, and third was Ethan Kozlowski. For the women's division, first place was Reagan Miller, second was Roxy Mulroney, and third was Rachel Hooper. Congratulations to the winners, and thank you to all who competed. This has been Nick Childs, reporting for WC-TV.
On March 1st, guest artists from the University of Mississippi will be presenting us with saxophone and flute recitals. March 2nd, students from the horn studio of Dr. Travis Bennett will be presenting solo pieces while WCU choir performs. Both events will be held in the Culture Building, Recital Hall.
Thanks for that, Alexia. You know, I gotta say, there's been a lot of interesting events going on around campus lately.
And I agree with you, it has.
But you know what I think?
What do you think, Chandler?
I think our fellow Catamounts want to hear about a fan favorite category.
And you know what? I think you're right. With more on that, look at our sports. Here's Liam Bridgman.
Thank you, Alexia. Hello, Catamounts. My name is Liam Bridgman. There's a lot going on in the world of Catamount sports, so let's get right to it. WCU men's basketball started off the month of February with a huge 87-84 victory over the ETSU Buccaneers. Following that game, the men dropped their next 5 games. After that 5-game skid, the men notched a huge conference victory against the Mercer Bears on Saturday, February 19th. The men hope that the momentum will carry on through their last 2 games. Those last 2 games will determine their first opponent in the SoCon tournament. The tournament will take place in Asheville beginning March 4th. Now on to women's basketball. The women have played a few tight games over the course of their season, including a 46-40 loss to the Mercer Bears on February 10th. On February 19th, the women celebrated their hard-working seniors on senior night. The seniors that were recognized include guards Andrea Martin-Ruiz and Nadia Marshall, along with forward Grace Yoakum. That night, the team took on the Chattanooga Mocs in their final SoCon game of the year. Sadly, the Mocs won the game 63-47. The women will also head to Asheville for the SoCon tournament. Their matchup in the tournament is not yet set, but their first game will be played on March 3rd. Now to softball. The team is currently 8-4. That includes the Winthrop kickoff tournament that the team played in that began on Friday, February 18th. The team will travel to Charleston, South Carolina to play in the Cougar Classic beginning Friday, February 25th. The WCU baseball team is also returning to the field. The team began with a 4-game home stretch against the Niagara Purple Eagles. All 4 games were played right here in Cullowhee. The Catamounts bested the Purple Eagles in all 4 games with a combined score of 72-12. Catamount baseball team will take on the Illinois State Redbirds in a 3-game home stretch beginning on Friday, February 25th. Now it's time to present our Athlete of the Month for the month of February. Senior guard Nick Robinson has had a spectacular year for the Catamounts. He is currently leading the team in points per game, rebounds, and steals. Late in the first half of WCU's game against the UNCG Spartans on February 7th, Robinson scored his 1,000th point of his career. A big congratulations to him. It's quite the accomplishment. Robinson will have to play a huge role if the Catamounts want to make a splash in the upcoming SoCon tournament. Well, that'll do it for me in sports. Next month's broadcast, I'll be covering women's tennis, track and field, along with men's and women's golf. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that awesome recap, Liam. I can't wait to see how far our baseball team goes.
In other news, our field reporter Nick Childs has been going around the little town of Silva, trying out the local restaurants in a new segment called the Silva Spotlight. Here's Nick with the Spotlight.
Welcome to Silva Spotlight, where we'll be showcasing different restaurants in and around Silva, North Carolina. Note, this is not a sponsorship or partnership. It is merely showing people what options are out there. Today, we're looking at Cosmic Carryout, a food truck located beside Innovation Station on Main Street. I tried their green chili pork taco special and fries, and I was really happy with that choice. Cosmic Carryout is best known for their burgers, and being beside Innovation allows for the perfect burger and brew combination. Please drink responsibly. The legal drinking age is 21 years old. Restaurant Guru named Cosmic Carryout the best burger in Silva in 2020. Vegetarian friends, don't worry. Their sweet potato quesadilla, veggie burger, and fries are all fantastic vegetarian options as well. Look, I'm not a food critic, but I'd recommend Cosmic Carryout. They get a 5 out of 5 from me. This has been Nick Childs reporting for WCTV.
Great story, Nick. You know, Alexia, we've covered a lot of stuff during this newscast, but I can't help but think that we're missing something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think we're missing something too. What do you think?
I think we better throw it to Hugh Janvier for the weather.
Today on Hugh the Weather Ghost, we beg to answer the following questions. Since I'm a ghost, do I have lungs? And if so, or so not, how do I breathe? Come back next month for the answer to that, but for now, a weather recap. Yes, recap, not forecast, because someone gave me the wrong script. Anyway, coming off of January, it was an icy nightmare to say the least for some, winter wonderland for others, and anything above freezing would be an improvement by comparison. And thankfully, that's what we got. Outside of a small dip in early February, it was basically an upward spiral all the way till Valentine's Day, where it went back down, proving once again that nature does not care how you feel, and that your warmed hearts does not mean warm, I don't know, everything. Fortunately, outside of that little outlier, look it up, everything seems to be just a nice upward spiral until today, where, I'm gonna be honest here, it's just beautiful. The skies were sunny, the fields were green, the wind was windy. I don't know, you try thinking of this stuff. And overall, I could just lay down. In fact, I did. And as what we can expect from March, hopefully more of the same. Might get a little more windy going into actual spring. But other than that, I'm perfectly fine with what we have now. Maybe the occasional snow blitz here or there. Back to you two.
Thank you, Hugh. Well, I guess that's the weather, you know?
I'm loving it.
No one delivers a weather report like Hugh.
And I agree with you. He is awesome.
Oh, yes, he is. I guess that about wraps it up for us, though.
That's it from us. I'm Alexia Peoples.
And I'm Chandler Marlowe.